Guys, let's fucking go, man. Little scalp a lot. Happy Monday. Time for another review. It was a really good day, man. Um, I'm currently sitting up. This is my best day of the year so far. Um, yeah, man, I'm just ready to go over it. Like I said, what did I say last week, man? I'm gonna come in this week. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna stick to my plan. I'm gonna have discipline and patience, and that's exactly what happened this morning. Um, did not take many trades today. Only took three. I was in each of them maybe a minute or two each, and yeah, man, it was a freaking really good start. Really good start. Um, can't complain at all. Let's freaking get to it, man. First trade of the day was NAOV. Um, let's just start off by saying pre-market this morning was fucking ridiculously slow. I think the first top gainers were like, 30%, blah, blah, blah. So when I first sat it down at my desk this morning, no trades in mind. Nothing really looked interesting until NAOV started getting volume. And the thing that interested me the most about this one was, of course, it's a low float, less than 1 mil. What caught my eye mostly on this was that the volume it just hasn't really had any volume days. I'm sorry, any high volume days. So that was like first thing for me. I'm like, if this thing gets volume, we could see a nice move. We had room on the daily. The 200 EMA is all the way at 750. So, once this thing started to get a pop, like I said, I was looking left. I see that we have some levels to break here. 416s ish, blah blah blah. So, like I said, I do a quick little, looking left at the higher time frames whenever I see something popping. And I think this had some potential. And it freaking did. So what I traded was this pop at 7 a.m. Look at this beautiful push on the 5 minute right here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let me pull this up on the 5. Let's see. Where are we at? Right here. Look at this first move. This thing started to get volume going into 7 a.m. Pretty nice volume right here. Beautiful 1 minute flag right here. Breaks out of that. Makes this nice move on the 5 minute. As soon as this thing started to pull back, guys, I was locked in on it again. I'm always locking in on this first 5 minute pullback. That's my plan. That's what I said last week. That's what I was going to focus on, is this first 5 minute pullback. I kind of seen this little micro pivot here. Little tap on the 1 minute, and that was my reference. I want to see something, a pullback to this area. The first tap of the 1 minute 20. We had VWAP right here. And right here I saw VWAP at like 325s. And I kind of create like mental triggers in my head. I'm like, okay, let me get within like a decent risk. So if I see 335s ish, I'm gonna take a position, and I'll just risk VWAP right here. We have the 5 minute 8. We have VWAP. That makes sense. If it breaks below that, I'm not really gonna like it. Guys, as soon as I seen 335s, I just slapped it, man. I slapped it. I ended up bottom ticking this dip right here. Like I said, we had like VWAP right here. I bottom ticked this dip, man. It was perfect. I was kind of just risking VWAP, the 1 minute 20. And we also have this pivot right here. Again, what is my target? New high a day. We got this dip, made a little pop. Nice lower volume consolidation right here. Like I said, again, this is a lower volume pullback. The first 5 minute pullback. It makes sense. Look at the volume on this thing, man. On this red candle, look at how low the selling volume is on this. That is perfect. That's money. That's what I look for, and I have conviction when I see this. So when I grabbed this dip, I was super confident. Super confident. It's the first 5 minute pullback. Like I said, that's what I'm focused on. Once I seen like this nice pop right here, 555s, 20 cents per share. I took half off the table. It's a Monday. Locked in some gains there. And then once this thing pushed for new highs right here, I took the rest off. So from 335s all the way up to about 355s on half, and the other half over 370s. Beautiful win to start the morning. Once that happened, I was just like, you know what? I got up, I went and freaking made some breakfast. I did some other things. This thing ended up making another nice pullback to VWAP. I did kind of, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, if I see this thing pull back again, the only way I'd take a position is if we, pull back to VWAP or anything. Because again, I'm getting so much more confident on this first 5 minute pullback. At the second one and the third one, I not saying they're not great and they don't work, but I'm gonna have the most confidence, conviction on this first 5 minute pullback because that's what I'm focused on right now. It just makes the most sense to me, and yeah, I think the risk to reward on this first setup is the best. And this thing ended up getting a pretty nice push. Look at this. Going into 8 a.m., it had a nice fat stick, broke above pre-market highs right here, tested that level, that bigger picture level that we were looking at on the 4. Oh, my chart is being super stupid. Started testing, a bigger level here on the 4 hour. Oh no, this was actually the level it made on the 4 hour today. But yeah, you got some levels to test here, got some room, so that was kind of the bigger picture on it. But I personally locked in on this first 5 minute pullback. That is all I did with NAOV today. And then I seen CISO had, I don't think it had news today. I think, well, maybe it did have news today. Something about AI news or something like that. It had a catalyst recently, something like that. The reason I was interested is because it was getting volume, it was getting attention, and if something's getting volume, something's getting attention, and it has a catalyst, that is the perfect selection criteria for my strategy. This was like the initial pop we got right here. Big fat rejection wick. That's fine. Wasn't really looking at it right here. I got interested when I seen this thing making this push right here on some pretty good volume right here. A beautiful 1 minute pullback. I seen this and I did not take it. Like I said, I kind of want to see like this very first one sometimes, get bought up, make a nice move like this on the 5 minute, like a pretty good move, and then I'll look for that pullback. That way I'm confirming my idea that other people are seeing this, other people are trading it, and it's not just this little 1 minute, 1 minute pop and then it just ends up rejecting. I don't want to get caught in something like that. That's fine if I miss this, to get this confirmation that other people are seeing the same things that I am, and then I can get the next pullback. And that is what I tried to do. I made this nice move on the 5 minute. Nice move right here. I guess this candle could have been my signal to maybe be cautious on this, but I did take, look at this 5 minute pullback. Lower volume, stair stepping down. I did take an entry, I believe, off of VWAP right here. And I just risked I risked VWAP and the 5 minute 8. I didn't give it much room. Like I said, I just had a good win on NAOV. And I didn't really give this one too much time to do anything. But this was a loss for me. I took a position off VWAP. Once it broke down, I was like, I kind of wanted to just see it go. Took a loss on that. It was no big deal. At open today, some things that were popping was SES from last week. This thing made a nice move going into open. But for some reason, when I seen this big wick right here, I was kind of a little iffy on it. Look at this big red 5 minute candle. Didn't really like that too much. I seen it try to hold up on the 5 minute 8 right here, but I wasn't really sold on this, and I was patient and I did not take a trade on SES. But this was definitely something that had my eye. But then I said we had GLMD banger. This thing right at open, 5 minutes later goes into a halt. So I was watching that as I was seeing SES, kind of like gauging how I was feeling about SES. This thing started making some nice consolidation here. I was very interested in this. And the pivot I was looking for was this halt level. So I know it doesn't look like a pivot, but they tend to act like pivots. So I was looking at this 290s area. I was watching this first 5 minute pullback. VWAP was kind of high up here. I was like, I kind of like when, VWAP's more like under the 5 minute 8, and then I have both of those to use as support. But, what I liked is that it had this nice lower volume consolidation going on. And when I seen this big wick right here, I was watching this area. I did not take an entry. I was being a little more patient. I kind of wanted to see this hold up. It, made that wick, bounced again, and then when I seen this this bounce right here, I'm like, okay, I know that I'm gonna want to get an entry off of this risk level. But it kind of made like a nice push, and it was kind of hard to get an entry. So I was kind of hoping for like another pullback, like right on this candle or something like that. But it looked like it wanted to just break out for new highs right here. So again, this was 285's level. I was looking. As soon as I seen this, I knew this was going to be my risk off. This was, look at this nice wick right here on the 5 minute. I'm like, here's where support came in. I'm going to want to get an entry as close to that as I can, and I'll use that as my risk off. So what was interesting on this is that, like I said, it made this nice 1 minute flag, and then it just started to rip right here. I thought it was going to break for new highs and leave me behind, but it rejected. This almost looked like a rejection candle. It popped right here, sharp rejection, and I just, for some reason, I slapped it. I slapped it right there because as soon as I seen it and it failed to like keep going down, I just seen buyers stepping up right here, and that's where I took my position. And this thing immediately, bounced back to like a green candle, and I knew that we had people coming in. Like I said, I was confirmed that people were seeing the same things that I was, and I had confidence in this entry right here. I didn't really size into it too heavy. I guess looking back, I probably could have took a little bit more size on it, but I would have been, risking a little bit, but I already had like a nice cushion on the day. And when I did see like that candle kind of turning into a rejection candle, like I said, I took about half size on this. But you can always risk less, but you never want to risk more. Yeah, and this thing, once it gave me about, I think I had 299s right here. I seen 320s, took some off the table, and then once this thing pushed for new highs right here again, took the rest off the table. I'm just taking my gains, man, especially on a Monday. This was a good play, and you see it kind of just sold off, and I'm glad I took my profits. When I'm seeing green, I'm taking my green. These are good base hits. And yeah, like I said, best day of the year for me. I'm starting to size into these a little bit more, but this is exactly what I'm going to be looking for this week. Again, I didn't take many trades, but I'm honing in on that first 5 minute pullback. That's what we got here. That's what we got on NAOV. And I'm going to be looking for the same thing this week. So I hope everybody had a good Monday. And I'm looking forward to the rest of this week. This is what I'm going to be looking for. And we're going to keep hammering it. Stick to the rules. Let's fucking go, man. See you guys tomorrow.